Looks like we're live. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday afternoon? We've got video, we've got audio, and with a little luck, it's actually in focus. I hope everybody's having a good afternoon. It's so good to see everybody's name pop up. In fact, when I look down and see how many are waiting, I get a little nervous. I hope everything's going to be good today. I hope it's fun. Hope it's worth your time. We're going to talk some leather. We may step into food. We typically do. It's a point, right? It's a point. So with a cow, we get a belt, a holster, and a big steak. Yeah, so it works for us. But I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you've got something good on your cutting table. I kind of have a couple of things going. We'll talk about that. But also this week, we're going to do a giveaway. Now, it's not the super big giveaway like last week. Mark Randall, congratulations on that. But we're going to do some scraps. We'll give away a big box of scraps, and mine aren't really scraps. And I almost wouldn't even call these remnants, but we'll come back around to that. And we've got some fun stuff to talk about too. But again, I hope everybody's having a great week. Good to see everybody's name pop up. Spring is afoot here. Now, technically, taking off the hoodie day has come and gone, but it's a little cool in my shop. I want to keep it that way because somewhere around August, it gets hot in here. Yeah. And the other side of the planet, y'all are starting to cool off a little bit. Well, I'm a little bit envious. I love the spring and I love the fall. Deep summer and deep winter, eh. But but really, deep winter, great time to tuck into our shops and make some leather, right? All right, so let's say hello to everybody. At 3:15, we're going to talk about our giveaway. We'll bring that up, tell you everything we need to do. Shane Cessna, I got to work through the live today, but still be here to help with with the YouTube algorithm. Bless your heart, Shane. Means more than you know. And I tell you what, it's a great day to work on leather. But if we can't work on leather, it's a great day to talk about working on leather. And we always have something to look forward to when we get home at night, tuck ourselves into our shop for just that fun little while where we can just sit and concentrate on our project and enjoy every minute of that. Just put everything aside. Everything aside, think about what we're doing, paying attention. That's our theme for today. I'm not the one to be talking about that, but nonetheless, it's a good point to bring up because I've got a good example of not paying attention. But also for the new folks, we've got a good trick or tip. We'll talk about that. And next week, retail store anniversary coming up. Now, technically, it's a little later, but we kind of had to work a bunch of schedules together. But next weekend, big retail store anniversary. I'm going to teach some classes. We're going to have food trucks. We'll talk more about that. I'll be more specific here in just a little bit, but I'm looking forward to that. I finally get to go to the mothership. It's been more than a year. I'm so detached. I'm not even going to recognize a lot of people because we've all aged, and that makes me feel so bad when I don't remember somebody's name. But I haven't seen him in a year, so it's embarrassing to me. Anyway. So if you're able to make it, yay. If not, still got some great sales going. Still got some good sales going. So let's see, Ralph. Oh, Dean, first one in my shop today. Dean, always good to see your name pop up. Ralph Morrow, good to see your name there, Ralph. I am no one. That name always pops out to me. Good one. Very good. Glad to see y'all. Nan Parsons, nice. Let's move on down. And I am no one saying hello to everyone. That's just the caliber of people. If you're new to Leathercraft or new to the live, please come in, make yourself at home. You are amongst some really good, very friendly, decent people. I'll stake my reputation on it. Absolutely. And Alan, I haven't made a live in almost 2 years. Alan, doesn't matter. Come on in when you can. Say hello. We all work for a living, or most of us do. We have kids, we have homes, we have lives, we have pets. It's life. If you could jump in, absolutely, hallelujah, hello. If you can't, that's okay. We'll see you next time. All right, so let's see, Carrie, always bringing a smile for us. We got the best craft going. Let's put a smile on it. Absolutely. Crystal Hennington, good to see your name pop up too. Hope you're having some good luck with that holster. It certainly came out beautifully. Oh man, yeah. So let's see, Carrie. Today makes 816 days, no coffee or caffeine. Again, love your diligence, love your discipline on that, Carrie. Good job there. I don't even think I can count that high. Well, now I can count to 21. Right? Yeah, I have to think about that one a second. But that's it. Anyway, okay, so night for today. Well, hello, right back to Southern Indiana. Hope you got some pretty weather going there. Oh, let's see. Oh, Billy Blaze. Hello, amigo. Right back. Billy, good to see your name pop up. Oh, y'all, thanks for being here. Let's see. Oh, let's jump forward. This is a little hard to control. Uh, oh, night for today. I was wondering, I wish I could make it up to the mothership again, but not going to make it this year. I hate that, but nonetheless, got together with you and your mom last time, had a great meal, still talking about that. They brought their camper up, got a campsite. We ate around the campfire. I'm still talking about that. That's one of my favorite meals. And I'm kind of like anybody like this, I love a nice restaurant. We've got really a high-end steak restaurant nearby. It's about $100 a person if you get, a steak aside and maybe a drink. Oh, my wife loves the chocolate martinis. Oh man, but that's like a $20 drink. Anyway, the point is anybody like this? I almost feel like I enjoy a meal around a campfire or a picnic table or in the backyard around the grill. I almost enjoy those more. I really, not to mention we save a lot of money, but that's just a good meal. It really is. Those are the meals I'm going to remember. So, y'all, thank you for that night for today. Still talking about it. Steve, let's see, Steve Milford from Houston. Nice. Very nice. It's going to get hot there. It's going to get hot. I grew up in East Texas. Miss it. Miss it. Absolutely. Need to get back. Got good friends in Houston. I play Oculus. I've got an Oculus and I play golf with a couple of friends from Houston a couple of nights a week. Really miss being there. The people. And I've said this before, but for those of us who have moved out of Texas, everybody 10 out of 10 has the same comment. I miss the people. I absolutely do. But I also miss the food. And I miss the hill country. And I miss Corpus and the Gulf and Amarillo and West Texas and Big Bend and the Piney Woods. Oh, and San Antonio's just beautiful. Southern Texas is gorgeous. The King Ranch. I've had a chance to go to the King Ranch for a big horse auction. And that's why I'm a tamale snob. I just, you know what? I'm going to admit it. I'm a tamale snob simply because my dad sold the big corporate jets and the King Ranch, they were going to buy one. So we got to go to a birthday party at the King Ranch. And it was a pretty good size affair. Yeah, it's King Ranch. It's going to be a big affair, right? But they had a horse and a cattle auction. I couldn't believe what those horses were selling for 40 years ago, right? Anyway, the point is, there's an old Mexican gentleman, literally with a wagon and horses, who was selling bundles of tamales in aluminum foil. And I remember Dad and I going over and getting a couple of packs and go back. I've never had a tamale that good. Now that may be tainted, with that spread of time, but still, I tell you what, a good tamale can't beat it. Traditional tamale. That's what I'm looking for. Anyway, off on a rant there. We need to talk about lunch. Say we went to food. I didn't even try, and we went to food. But nonetheless, excuse me, I'm over my head cold finally. What, 4 weeks? Well, technically three, because I'm still, man, I had 4 or 5 people say, oh, it must be COVID. No, COVID goes away. Oh, it's right here. Right here. Anyway, behind us. Let's move forward. Yeah, I hadn't been sick since December of 2019. I know this because you had COVID while wearing masks and social distancing, and I work at home, right? So I've not been sick in 4 years, and I don't want to be sick for another 4 years or the rest of my life if I can get away with it. What a headache. That was just one of the benefits of that one. Anyway, we got to talk about some leather. It's enough about me, not about me. Let's talk about us and leather. Um, Chris. Oh, Chris Gould, good to see your name pop up. It always is. Uh, let's see, David Grayus. Good to see your name pop up. Nice. Uh, Ralph Morrow. David Rooney. David Rooney is with us. Guy Taubert. That's an old thing, Chuck. Man, I tell you what, I think I'm shrinking. And when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm definitely look like I'm melting. Oh man. And I think my hair's leaving. I oh, I heard a great joke or a great insult. I can't remember where it was, but it was towards a guy that was bald, and somebody said, maybe if you weren't such a jerk, your hair wouldn't have left. Oh, what a burn. Call the emergency unit. We're on the way. Anyway, yeah, I think it's starting to leave me. But my wife just said, "Oh no," I was commenting that to her. Like, man, I think because I got a haircut, right? So, oh, she said, "Well, just do a comb forward." Oh, that's going to be a good look for me. I'm gonna pull that one off. Anyway, there's still some there. It's gray, but it's hair. Yeah, and it's an old guy thing. I'm starting to pick a lot of those up now, I guess. Anyway, Bridget Benson, good to see your name pop up. Ooh, new commission for a doctor's bag. Something I have never made, but those are beautiful. Uh, Anyone have any pointers? Yeah, I guess I just answered that question, didn't I? So, no, but boy, that's going to be a beautiful project. Old school leather doctor's bag. Man, nice. Um, let's see. All right, let's see. Dave Rooney, using pre-dyed veg tan for some wet forming. I find some dye can come off. Is this common? Dave Rooney, I don't have a lot of experience wet forming dyed veg, but I would assume that probably, when we're wet forming, but I think once it forms and dries, you should be okay. We have our holster leather, which I'm low on leather. I've never been low like this. Um, I've just kind of been more ordering per video, which is ridiculous. I should be more organized. Yeah, I can't even say that with a straight face. Anyway, um, I'm going to be up there next week. So I've got a list of leathers that I want to get for future projects. I'll get some of the brown. I can't remember if it's a chestnut holster leather. Anyway, it's a pre-dyed veg tan. I think 4 colors. I'll have to look back. I just wrote it down on my list. But David Rudy, I'll work with some of that once I get it. Let's see if I can't give you a good answer. I imagine that's common dye. What goes in can come out, especially when we add some water to wet form. But I think once that dries out, it won't be an issue. I don't think rub off will be an issue after that, but I do love the holster leather because no dry time, none. I mean, cut and assemble. Now it's nice to add a top coat, but that dries relatively fast. Um, Milo M. Hey there, Chuck. Hey, right back, Milo. Glad you're with us. Glad you joined us today. Uh, Daniel Rhodes. Oh, let's see. Hello, all. Here from North Carolina, Cary, North Carolina. Very nice, Daniel. I'm not sure where Cary is, but y'all, somewhere in like very extreme north South Carolina, got some like I think they said baseball size hail. I saw them, they just really tore up somebody's backyard. Man, that's dangerous stuff. Hope y'all weren't in that area. Hope y'all aren't anywhere near that. In fact, after the live today, I'm gonna look up Cary and find out where that is. I've got a bunch of family up in North Carolina. So let's see. Chris Gould had a birthday yesterday, and you told me that, and I totally didn't think about it, Chris. I hope it was a good birthday. I hope you and Elise and Pocket had a good day. So, Chris, happy birthday, and I hope it was a good one. It's another year, man. Yep, it's another year. Those things start to fly by, and I kind of starting to get where I forget which one this is. Yeah, I think at 49, I thought I turned 50. So for the, couple of weeks before actually turning 49, it's like I got a whole year. It's like I got a whole year back. Yeah, but it came and went. Yeah, it came and went. It's just a distant memory. So that was very nice for about a week. Um, oh, and let's see. Guy Taubert, first live today. Guy, glad you're with us. Please forgive me if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. That to me that's just bad manners. But Guy, nonetheless, glad you're with us. Join us. Got some great people, and we are happy to have you here. All right, let's see, working down. Wow, look at all these. I'm sorry I cannot keep up with all these. I wish I could look at every one of these. Now, we don't have a lot to talk about. Well, we kind of do. Oh, you know what that alarm means? It's giveaway time. Okay, let's start here because I always forget this. Contiguous US only. I'm sorry. I would blame the boss, and I typically do because I work here and she doesn't know it, right? It, yeah, don't tell her. La la la. Anyway, um, so contiguous US, but what we're gonna give away a box of scraps from my shop. Now, okay, everybody's going, really? Wow, it's Weaver leather. That's all we're doing. Well, technically, on every other live, we don't do a giveaway. I hate that. So this one's on me. This one's on me. Now, let me say scraps. My scraps are a little bit different than most anybody else, simply because I make videos. And what I'll do is I'll order, like, say, on the briefcase. Great example. We did a briefcase a long time ago. And I'm thinking about this only because I still have this leather in my shop. I got two sides just in case. Make one for a prototype, get my pattern up. We make one in the video. And then I typically have extra pieces and parts. Okay. Well, that leaves another, most of a side, um, kind of left that, we're not really going to go to that leather again in the near future. Okay. So my scraps are big pieces and not like a production shop. Production shops, I mean, their scraps are like this, like a trash bag full of pieces of leather like this. Useless. Absolutely. But all right, let's do this though. Let's start here because you're going to put in the word scraps, just scraps. That'll get you in the contest. And then at 3:45, Miriam's going to pick a winner. We'll announce that. And then what you're going to do is email us at supplyinfo@weaverleather.com and tell me too, um, if you want to go with veg tan scraps or chrome tan scraps, or if you want to mix. That's what we're doing. So I'll custom pick this. But I just happen to grab a handful of my scraps right off the top. So that's kind of what we're gonna do. These are nice pieces, right? Yeah. So anyway, um, if you want chromes, happy to send some beautiful chromes, veg, same, or if you want to mix. But also, I'm gonna drop a little something extra in there for you. That's this. I'll find something to drop in there that'll be a nice touch. So anyway, just type in scraps. That'll put you into the contest. At 3:45, we're gonna pick a winner. Email us again at supplyinfo@weaverleather.com. And we're gonna need your name, your address, and a phone number would be helpful. Yeah, just probably not, but nonetheless, it would be nice to have that just in case. Now, one point, um, give me about 2 business days to get this shipped out because I want to take my time and get you some really good scraps or remnants. And I don't even think some of these could be considered remnants, but I'll get something good in there, I promise. And I know it's something you can use. And I'll do my best to get some of this suede in there because we've got some of the prettiest color suede I've ever seen. Ooh, I should have grabbed the purple. I mean, I want to put that on some cereal and eat it. It looks so nice. All right. So that's up and running. Let's see, in about 28 minutes, actually 28 now. Anyway, I'm not doing math on, yeah, we've been down that road. Let's don't open that chestnut up again. But anyway, at 3:45, we're gonna pick a winner. So good luck to everybody. Good luck to everybody. I'm so far behind here. Um, Matt Brown, good to see your name pop up. Let's see. I absolutely love your craftsmanship. Bless your heart. I've learned so much from you. I am Hunter and am 14 and have been leather working for a year. Nice. I hope you're loving it. And I hope you're making some beautiful stuff. Got to let us know what you're working on. But nonetheless, glad you're with us. Pam Watson. Oh, Pam, I want to learn how to make tamales. Yeah, there we go. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just not a kitchen person. Grill, yeah, I can grill. I guess like with guys, if there's danger involved, flames and right smoke, okay, we're good to cook. But inside, eh. But anyway, um, yeah, I've never even tried to buy make the tamales. Oh man, I'd love to. And we've got up in Gainesville, we've got um, it's a seafood market, but they have some. It's a little family place. Great, lovely people. They got conch, squid. They've got the biggest lobster I've ever seen. A couple of weeks ago, thing must have been that big. Right, took up a whole cabinet. oysters and clams and oh, anyway. I don't know where it's going. Oh, the tamales. It's kind of a Mexican or um Central American seafood shop. So they have a little grocery store on the other side. Oh, man, and so that kinda thought, got me to thinking about, maybe I should try something." Anyway, we don't wanna do that. That's an accident waiting to happen. Knives and heat and no, let's don't go there. Um, but anyway, yes, I would love to learn to make those. Pam, you're exactly right. Let's see, um, oh, man, Esmatambo. Wow, glad to see your name pop up. Last live, moving to South Africa and got some leather. Half a double shoulder veg tan, half a side, chrome tan, and most of a side. Let's see, I want to try to keep this from jumping. Let's see, most of a side veg purchased from Weaver. Oh, nice. Okay, there we go. Some tools if anyone is near McLean. Bless your heart, really? Moving to South Africa. Wow, I've heard it is just beautiful. We've had some viewers from South Africa. And if anybody's here, let us know that. Jump in and say hello. Um, Steve Milford, man, my hair looks awfully like skin. Steve, that's pretty good. Got to remember that one. Uh, oh, and Chris Gould, my hair's gone on holiday without me. Oh, man. Yeah. Anyway, oh, Carrie, yeah, we need to make a desktop cover that is leather for our computers. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, we got other stuff to talk about, but in fact, when we start up the live, I almost forget to go live because I'm just reading all the great comments. Uh, oh, Scott Robinson. Scott, let's see. Hi, everyone. Can't wait to meet you next week, Chuck. Scott, I'm going to look forward to that. Again, we've got our big anniversary coming up, and we'll talk some more about that here in just a minute. And I need to jump over. Got a few things that we want to talk about. In fact, why don't we do that? Okay. All right, so let's do this. This is just something, over the 2-week period, I write down notes on my last script and just, things that we want to talk about. But here's a question from me because I've never done this and I've always thought about it. It makes sense. It makes sense, but I've never tried it. But anyway, okay, so here's what I'm talking about waste, right? Well, for us leather crafters, waste is kind of the last thing on our list to worry about. For production people or for those of us that are selling product, it's life or death. It really is. We can't waste too much leather. So how do we figure out how much waste is? Our waste, what proportion of our hide goes to waste? Well, we can always measure it out and what a headache. What a headache. So, here's my question and I've always thought about this. I've never done this, but it seems to make sense. What if we calculate our waste by weight and not by square footage? Okay. Here's what I'm talking about. So, say we get a hide in. Let's say we get a side of Latigo. All right. We keep a little box on the side, and all scrap from that one hide, nothing else. Only scrap from that hide goes in that box. Okay. So we weigh the hide when we get it. We weigh the scraps when we've cut that hide all the way down. So let's say that hide weighed 10 pounds. All right. Our scraps are 1 pound. Is that legitimately a 10% waste? Is that 10% waste? It seems to make sense, but I'm not really sure. Um, I've never done that, and I've had a bazillion opportunities to do that. I just never do. I never think about throw some in the trash. Some might hit that box, but then I put that side away. I don't cut it. It just gets lost in the mix. So I've never really had. No, I've had a million opportunities to do this. I just never have. But I always wonder if that is that a legit way to calculate waste. It seems like it. So anyway, but also too, um, excuse me, um, our labor, when we're talking about leather, our labor is always more than the product. And a great example, like on my rapier carriers, I make these little billets. They're 3.5 by 5/8 of an inch, got two holes an oblong. So right there, if we break down the cost of the leather all the way down to a square inch, cost of the leather divided by 144, that's how many square inches are in a foot. Um, then it looks like the cost on that little piece is about 7 cents, maybe six and a half, maybe 7 cents. But if it takes me 1 minute to produce that, then my labor is $1, where my materials are only 7 or 8 cents. And that's something we always have to look out for again for production folks, which is one of the reasons that um, hand tooling and intricate stamp designs and hand sewing, that's one of the reasons that it's hard to sell products at the price we need to sell those at, because that there's so much labor in that piece. Um, that too has always been an issue. I don't know that there's an answer. Well, there is an answer. We have a really big name out there, like one of the big designers. Well, then yes, we can charge $700 for a small portfolio. Um, but then there's the rest of us that don't have that big name, right? There's got to be some value and some quality there. Anyway, it's just that started with a question. I don't know if that's a legitimate way to calculate waste or not. But again, for us crafters, it doesn't really seem to be that much of an issue for me. When we're just making single projects, we only got 4, 5, 6 pieces of leather in our shop. The waste, I've got 2 waste bins. I've got usable, well, I say 2 waste bins. One of them is technically a trash can, right? So I've got usable waste and then the trash can. So technically I do have 2 bins for my waste. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. Um, that's just a question I've always had. Is that a legitimate way to calculate our waste? Um, all right, so let's jump back over here. Oh man, I'm missing so many of these. Okay, Darzal. Let's see, I usually round up to a foot if I use more than 5-ish square feet to account for waste. Okay, there you go. Yeah, just eyeballing it is more than enough. Absolutely. Um, let's see. Okay, Pam Watson, not if you use your scraps. That's right. Um, oh, David, let's see. If Chuck is Bob Ross, he needs a woodland creature with him. Yeah, the happy. I learned how to draw from Bob Ross. The happy little tree down by the little lake with the fence. I learned how to draw water, trees, fences. I loved Bob Ross. I really did. There's a, I think there's a documentary on Bob Ross on like Netflix or one of them. But the title is, it's like, I can't remember, but it gives me the sense that it wasn't all perfect. And I haven't watched it for that. I don't want to see such a beloved icon have trouble or whatever. I just haven't watched that, but I just always loved Bob Ross. What a great guy. I really did. Um, oh yeah, okay, not for today. Another good point. Scraps tend to be the places I use for gussets, washers, wet molding, exactly. And also too, it's great to experiment with our scrap, like a stamp design or coming up to speed on tooling, which actually that's kind of our theme for our newcomers, for the folks that are new to leather, tricks and tips for y'all. Um, let me jump up to that because I always miss all of this because I start yapping and I forget what. Anyway, um, all right. So for the new folks, this is going to sound funny, but I can't stress this enough. Test, test, test. Here's what I'm talking about. All right. So great example. We're going to tool a little corner design or we're going to do a stamp design. Well, let's sit down at our table. Let's take a piece of scrap, case it, wet it, whatever, but let's test that design first. Let's work with our swivel a little bit, our edger, maybe the backgrounders. For 2 reasons. First off, it may be a period between the times I actually tool something. So I kind of start to fall out of practice. And I'm so bad about this. I'm so bad about this. Excuse me. Still trying to get over that. Anyway, I'm bad about maybe I haven't tooled anything in a month or 2 or 3. Well, I draw this beautiful design out on my case, my leather. Everything's right. I sit down and I start tooling and I'll screw something up. It's because I didn't sit down and just take a little time. Let's test. Let's get the feel for that swivel knife again. But also, a side note to that is we're building a little confidence up. before we go to our main piece. But for tooling or for dyeing, for our edge work, even if we're a little, it's been a while, or dyeing, scraps are great for just double testing or double checking our dye colors or antiques or top coats. So great use for our scraps there. But I think my bigger point, and I'm the last person in the world that needs to tell you this, because I don't. I'm bad about just sitting down. Oh, I've tooled. I've been tooling for years. I know what. Sit down and screw it up simply because I haven't been practicing. I haven't sat down with my swivel in a while. So I might just say, let's take some of that scrap and let's just practice a little bit before we jump to our main piece. Let's build that confidence up, get a little practice going, and we're going to make a lot less mistakes. Now, again, I say that. I don't do that. So, but I will do my best to take my own advice. We're going to do a little tooling in some of our upcoming videos. I kind of fall out of that from time to time, and there's so many projects. I mean, there's so many projects to do. I have lists, and I've got lists everywhere, and I'll just, oh, that's a great project. I'll jot it down on a post-it or whatever, and staple that to some. You ought to see my folder is not organized by any means, but there's so many possibilities. There's so many things we can make out of leather, and I can't even think of them all. We've got a list, 100 things that we can make out of leather. We passed 100 a long time ago. I need to get that back out because it's been updated. Um, so we'll do that. We'll do that maybe next time. I've got it listed alphabetically because there's so many of them. And that way that helps me keep it organized so I don't duplicate something. A to Z. There's just paragraphs of projects. Anyway, the point is we need to get back to doing a little tooling, and we'll do that coming up soon. Got some great projects coming up. Got some that we've been needing to do for a long time. Saddlebags, gun belts. Oh, and I want to do a rifle scabbard again. We've done a basic scabbard. Now let's really dress one up. Because what I'd like to do, a good friend said, hey, why don't you look back at, like I need more projects, right? Hey, why don't you look back at some of your old videos and take that and maybe add a new decoration, change it up a little bit. I'm like, oh no. Well, now I've only got 1,700 new project ideas. Okay. That's okay. So I actually figured this out. All right. So with the acquisition of Ohio Travel Bag, um, I can't remember the numbers exactly, but I think we've got about 6,000 products. No kidding. So I figured this out. Um, if I try to get 3 new products in every video, I only have to do, I think it's 5,243 more videos. Yeah, which actually equates to about 100.8 years. So I guess I'm not going to retire anytime soon. But nonetheless, the point is there are so many things we can make out of leather. There's not enough hours in the day to make all the things out of leather that I want to make. So I kind of have to boil it down for the videos, but we got some good videos up coming up. That's the point. And I hope it's some stuff y'all are going to like, and I hope they're good videos, but I'll leave that up to y'all. Absolutely. I'll just do my best to try to make the videos. It takes me a long time to make a video, and I don't think it should, because mine are more productions. I've got a broadcast production degree, right? Sam Houston State University, go Cats, baby, yeah. Anyway, that's how I learned to make anything. Is we shoot it like we would shoot a movie or a TV show or the news segment for this evening. Golly crap, and it takes me a long time to do that because I do each scene. I'll reshoot it and I'll reshoot it and I'll reshoot it until it's exactly right. And that takes so much time. It could take me most of a morning to shoot one scene. Man, I don't know. I mean, everybody else just turns on their phone and shoots their videos and goes with it. And I don't know if that's right or not. I'll keep going where I am. I'll keep going where I am. But that's always a question in the back of my mind, because anybody with a phone now can make a video. But are they making productions? I don't know. Not my place to call. I'll just stay steady the course and we'll keep going from there. How about that? All right. So there's another rant. Probably didn't need to know all that, but nonetheless. All right. Okay. Let's see. Sorry. I've got like 9 pair of glasses in my shop, and not who kicks their glasses across the shop for? Okay, who drops them on the shop floor at least once a day? Oh, and and I'm bad about this in a parking garage. Just because I'm probably taking my glasses off, my sunglasses, drop them mid-stride so they skid. Yeah, okay, there goes another 9.95. Right. Yeah. Yeah, because my optometrist is Home Depot, right? Anyway, so let's see. Kilo Alpha. Well, first off, thanks for the great comment. Um, on using weight to figure waste. It's very appropriate. Okay, gather all unused pieces and weigh. Now inspect and remove any remnants usable for other projects. Weigh waste. Let's see again. Keep track of how that. Okay. Well, thank you for that. That does give me some confidence that maybe that is a good way to do that. Okay, step two: be organized enough to do that, to make sure all the scraps go in that box and not in the trash can or on the floor. My cutting tables are about 3 feet away from the back wall, so I can move on either side. I'm so bad about I'll push a piece of leather and stuff will fall off. I won't notice it. I'll walk back there 2 weeks later and go, oh, there's that pattern I took 2 hours trying to find and never did. And my shop has become untenable. It really, if we're going to do a craft fail, I have to say today mine's a shop fail because I can't find anything. There's 3 things I've been looking for lately. Can't find them. Just can't find them. Can't find them. 2 of them were for the live. I've got a piece of salmon leather, right? It's cool. We were going to do today, how many different kinds of leather do we have in our shop? And just right off the bat, I can count cow, deer, goat, lamb, pig, salmon, stingray, python, kangaroo. Anyway, I was going to show, and then I couldn't find my salmon leather. Just blew the whole thing. Just, oh, screw it. We'll do something else today. Right? Oh, I need to gut this shop. The problem is, I've got a big shop. Now, oh, it's great, right? Because I started on my kitchen table, still have that table. I started with a toolbox and a little cutting board. That's how I got into leathercraft. I sort of miss those days because all through those days, wow, I wish I had a full shop. Wish I had a table dedicated to what. And then you get this big shop. Crap. The only thing it does now means it takes longer to find things you've lost. And the bigger problem, what a monumental, to clean this shop. I mean, to really gut it like it needs to be cleaned, that could be like a 2, maybe 3 day event. Because what I like to do, let's move it out, then bring it back in one piece at a time, or does it need to go in the dumpster? Into the shop or into the dumpster? What a monumental task that's going to be, but I got to do it. Got to do it. Need to tell the boss, hey, I'm going to take 2 days off and reset my damn world because this is not working. Right? Anyway, but as long as y'all don't see what's outside the camera, we're okay. Right. And like my scrap bins, they're just overflowing and they look terrible. Well, instead of going through these scrap bins so they look good on camera, let's just move it out of the camera shot. Oh, good one. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So that's enough of my rants there. Um, let's see. I just saw let's see, Nola Jean Olson. I was taught scraps are for test sheets. There you go. That's a good thanks for being here. First off, good to see your name pop up. But that's exactly right. That's a great place for test strips. Test our die, tooling, stamping, edging, antique, top coats, all kinds of ways we can use those. I've always heard somebody say that there's no scrap in a leather shop. I can't remember who told me that. Anyway, but it's kind of true. I mean, now there is scrap. When you get down to that little bitty piece, toss it and move on. But even that can be a tough decision, right? I've stood over my trash can thinking, toss, keep, toss, keep. I don't know. Ends up keep. And then when I clean out my scrap bin, I get all the good pieces out. And then the bottom inch is little stuff that I am never going to use. And even then, I have trouble throwing that away. Even then, I can't. Separation anxiety? I don't know. Anyway, all right. So, Okay, Billy, I can't find your comment there. Uh, hey, there's my wife, Jill, is jumping in, helping us out. Thank you, baby. It's good to see your name pop up. We're gonna say, hey, why don't you stop in, say hello? Maybe bring Bruce, our cat. He would like to say hello. Yeah, not really. He doesn't care. But I thought, here's a great idea. So how about we do a segment with Jill on living with a leather crafter? Let's get it right, all the downsides from someone that has to live with us. Because, right, it's a, right, yeah, we're going to, leather crafters, we fill the house with dye from time to time with, dye fumes and contact cement fumes. And we got pieces and parts laying around. Does anybody bake leather, bake hard in the leather? Now the whole house smells like wet leather. And they put up with a lot. They really do. We don't really think about it. And sometimes we talk in our own language, right? Which is why it's fun to get together with leather crafters. And here's a great example. I brought this up before. My wife was going to make French fries. And she said, well, I said, well, I'll peel them. And, well, how do you want me to cut these? She said, oh, just normal fry size. I got no idea. I said, what do you mean? She said, cut them 3/8 by 3/8. We had the most beautiful French fries you've ever seen. Yeah, sometimes if you talk to us in our language, things just, so right. So maybe a segment on living with us leather crafters, maybe it's not that bad of an idea, right? Yeah, let's get their point of view. It's not going to help, right? Right. It's not going to do anything, but we can at least give them the opportunity to grieve their, right, to their grievances, right? Anyway, um, let's see. That's right. All kinds of great, y'all. Uh, that's all right. Cody Ordway. Good to see your name pop up, Cody. Thanks for being with us. Let's see. If you weren't a pack rat before, get into leather and you'll get there. That's it. Man, I don't know. Does it come with a territory? We, okay, in our defense, we paid for it. We're damn well going to use it, right? We paid for it. Let's use it. But at the same time, man, it just builds up. It really builds up. Uh, oh, Jill, bless your heart. There are no downsides to living with a leather crafter. Really. Thank you, baby. Bless your heart. Oh, that's nice to hear. Um, I don't know how truthful that is, but I love you anyway. I love you. Thank you anyway. Let's see. Oh no. Okay. Creativity is live. Nice name to start with, but thanks for being with us today. I've already ruined the baking sheet pan and hand towels. Oh man. Oh man. I'm sorry to hear that. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Eventually, this thing will leave me. Um, oh, ah, okay. Oh, well, all right. I was reading the uh, creativity is life. I already lived that now with my other half. Okay. So you got another crafter in the house, whether it's leather or wood or just, all right, with you on that one. Um, hey, David Smout. David, late, doesn't matter. Jump in when you can. We all have lives. We absolutely do. I'm happy that anybody's here and can spend time with us. We're lone wolves. We kind of work in our shop by ourselves. Once in a while we can work with somebody else, but typically we work alone. So it's nice to be able to get together with people that share our love for the craft, speak our language, right? And also too, we need to progress on the I hate skiving club. Yeah, because again, we're gonna do like hats, and let's do blazers with a logo on it, like maybe a cut finger with a band-aid on it, and coffee cups. We'll do a convention in Vegas, right? Yeah, we need to get moving on that because we've been talking about it for 4 years now. Hasn't happened yet. Um, oh, so Chris Gould's wife, Elise. Okay, there's another one we can interview about living with a crafter. Well, now she's got it doubly bad because Chris works both in leather and woodworking. Oh man, right? Yeah, that's a twofer there. So, a little sawdust, a little dye. Oh boy, that's going to be a bad mix. But also, too, one thing I've learned: cats and contact cement, they don't go together. They do not go together. I'm not going to go into that. You can probably imagine. Let's just don't go there. But those do not go together. I can't believe it's 3:45. If I could shut up, right? I always say that my videos would be a lot shorter if I could just shut up. Anyway, all right, so it is time to pick a winner for our scraps. Let's step over. Let's see if I got a text from Miriam. She is working on that right now. I'll see that pop up. We'll have a winner here very shortly. So, since time is going by so fast, how about we do a product of the week? So, now this isn't any specific product, but it kind of sort of is, but it is a huge point. So, at Weaver, we've got two levels of tools, of stamp tools. This is the less expensive. It's got a chrome finish on it. These are less expensive tools. By no means bad tools or cheap tools. These are good. We have a winner. I'm going to break in right here because I'll forget what we're talking about. Tammy Ramadko, you are the winner. Congratulations of a box of scraps. Wow. Yay. No, I'm going to treat you well, Tammy. We're going to get you something good. We'll get you some good scraps. And like I said, all right, let me go back over this just to make sure. So, Tammy, email us at supplyinfo@weaverleather.com. Give us your name, address, phone number. We don't necessarily need the phone number, but just in case. But also, too, do you want veg tan scraps? Do you want chrome tan scraps? Or do you want a mix? And I'm going to drop something in there, too, that'll work for you. I'll find something in my shop that'll be a nice touch to a big box of not remnants, scraps, remnants. I don't know, neither one, because these are nice pieces. Anyway, let's just call them remnants. How about that? Let's just go with remnants. Tammy, congratulations. I'll get you a good box of something. Hopefully it'll be some stuff you can use, and I hope it'll be some stuff that you absolutely love. Nice. Tammy, congratulations. All right, so we have a winner. Next time we get together, we'll have something from Weaver, and I'll see if I can work on the boss. See if I can get the boss to really give us something good. Maybe bump that budget up just a little bit. I'll keep my fingers crossed. She usually seems okay with that. As long as I want to do a side of the Shaheen leather or the Herman Oak. That's what I want to give away. But the boss said, yeah, that's a little too expensive. Anyway, I'll keep trying though. I'll keep working on her. So maybe when something really big comes up, maybe we can do that. Because, oh man. Well, actually, that kind of segues into what we're talking about. That was the second half of what I was going to say. All right, so here's what we're talking about. So with our tools, we've got an inexpensive and a little more expensive. These tools, I'm hope nobody's listening. We should be charging twice what we are for this level of tool. All right, the inexpensive tools, these are cheap by no means. And in fact, a number of these are my favorite designs. The railroad track, that's just what I call it, but the little floral too. We've seen these in videos over and over again. And also, we've got a great series on stamp combinations where I'm using both levels of tools. But I'll tell you this, when you step up to this tool, this is absolutely beautiful. Well, first off, it's got a brush finish on it. It's got Weaver on there. Very nice knurling. But when you look at the head on these, you can absolutely see the details. This is a fluted camo, and you can absolutely see the fluted camo in that. These are gorgeous tools. They're worth every penny. In fact, I think we ought to be charging more for them, but I'm gonna shut up on that point. Let's don't give anybody any ideas. But the second part of that is the Herman Oak and the Shaheen leather. Our single shoulders, our import double shoulders, they're great leathers. They are great leathers. Good. We're not going to sell a crap at Weaver. I will say that right now, and I fully believe that. But when you step up to a Herman Oak or a Shaheen, you can't believe the difference. In fact, excuse me just a second. Sorry about that. When we have a head cold, we are absolutely our grossest. It really is. I gross myself out. Anyway, the point is when we jump up to a quality leather, our product or outcome project is going to look better. Even though our skills have increased not 1 inch, it's because of the material we're using. So the point is, Let's give our tooling the best chance for success. Let's use a quality leather, a quality tool. Let's take that leather. Let's case it. Get it just right, and you will never be disappointed with the outcome. Absolutely not. Your work will look better, even though you have not increased your skill level. I will stand behind that absolutely. In fact, we've got a great video on that where I use, I think a single shoulder, and I believe a Herman Oak or a Shaheen. I can't remember which. They're both just right up there for me. My two favorite leathers ever. But you'll absolutely see the difference between the two leathers when we're tooling or stamping. So let's give our tooling the best chance of success. Use a quality leather. All right. So product of the week, our stamping tools. Now let's see, where are we time-wise? Oh man, it's just going by faster than it just always does. They fly by. Anyway, all right. So notes from the boss, because we've got to go here. Let's talk about this. Um, our anniversary sale next weekend. That's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And let's see, that's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of May. We're gonna have food trucks. It's gonna be a big to-do. If you can get out there, come on. Anybody that can get there would love to meet you in person and say hello. For those of us that can't make it, I hate that and I understand that fully. If I didn't work for Weaver, I don't know if I'd be able to make it because that's about a 600-mile drive. But since I work here, I'm going to be there. But we're going to make a big to-do. There's going to be some great sales. There's going to be some good giveaways. We'll have food trucks, and I'm going to be teaching classes. Our classes, and I can't seem to remember this. I don't know. There's parts of brain that are just, they've given up. They've given up and they've left. Anyway, so we're going to be doing a beginner class on tooling a feather. And this is a beginner class. And I promise you, if you haven't done any tooling, you're going to be amazed at what you're capable of doing. So we're going to do the feather. That's going to be Thursday morning and Friday morning. And then Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon, and Saturday morning, we're going to do a class on wet forming, one of my all-time favorites. And it sounds like, oh, great, we're going to do, wow, we're going to wet form a pouch pocket. Woohoo. Absolutely not. You can't believe the creativity that we can create with wet forming. We've done this in some of our videos. Oh man, sky is the limit. Let me just say this, wet forming, it ain't just for pouch pockets, right? All kinds of cool stuff we're going to do. And the last segment, the last part of this class is a creative part. I have been blown away. Every time I've ever taught this class, I'm blown away by the creativity that people come up with. And these folks have done better wet forming of designs than I can do. I mean, it's a funny feeling, but nonetheless, anyway, so that's enough of that. Great sales next weekend. Let me back up. Oh, okay. There's an exciting giveaway starting tomorrow. Watch our social media and websites for details. I know it's not working today. Doesn't work most days, but come on, 1 hour a week. Can I pull that off? Yeah, can't pull it off with this equipment. Anyway, all right. So there's an exciting giveaway starting tomorrow. All right, again, social media and our website. Yeah, I got it out. See why it takes me so long to make a video? All right, let's see. Oh, here's a fun one. World Leather Day is Friday, April 26th. How about that? So big sale coming up on that. Stay tuned for that. And again, we'll have details coming out again on website and social media. So good. We got that for the boss. Got that worked in. Now I can keep my job, which is good. Yeah. All right. It's coming up. We've got 6 minutes left. Just flying by. And I need to jump back over here. Let's see if there's anything else here. Yeah, we talked about the craft fail. My whole shop is a craft fail. So I'm going to do my best to fix that. It's probably not going to happen. All right. So let's jump back over here. Okay. Nola Jean Olson. Let's see. I have a 10-foot by 10-foot room that I tool in and cut, and a 10 by 10 hide room that has 2 bins for scraps that are actually garbage cans. Actually, that's kind of a good idea. Like those big plastic trash cans. It's actually a good idea. I use the cheap bins you buy at Home Depot, uh, and they're constantly overflowing. So, yeah, Tammy, I'm gonna fix you up on that one, and actually, you're kind of helping me out a little bit too. So, let's see. Oh, and okay, Chris Gould talking about living with a leather crafter. Let's see. Jill Dorsett Elise said she agrees. She has first dibs on what I make and puts her ideas in. So actually, you know what? I kind of didn't think about that side of living with a crafter, but I always say when you jump into leathercraft, and this is one of the best tips I can offer to folks that are new, make something for your spouse first. Yeah, because then they kind of get a feel of what you're right. They just get a feel of this and they can see your love for it and how excited you are with how well something came out. You're on your way, and your spouse is going to love it. And your family, friends, neighbors, coworkers, oh man, you're going to be a favorite. I can tell you that absolutely. Go to work around Christmas time with gifts for your close workmates. Oh yeah. And through the whole year, they look, you made this one, I'm still using this. Or you made this belt, I'm still wearing this. That's a good feeling. It really is. And another good feeling, um, I just make a few things, for my just on the side, like for my parents. My dad said, hey, I want this certain type of project. It would be nice to have. So I started making these. They bought a bunch of them. And now they give these out to their friends. And their friends go, oh, I love these. Can you get Chuck to make one for me? I tell you what, being able, first off, to make something that your parents love, that's great. But to make something that your parents love and then in turn their friends love, to be able to do that is just one of the coolest things ever. Those are my favorite projects. Absolutely. The projects that we make for somebody and we give it to them. We're not selling them. It's not a production lot. We just enjoy making them and love giving them away. And the people that get them, they just love getting them. I mean, there's this leathercraft win, 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 win. And it really is. And then we screw up a project. Okay, so win, 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 lose, but then win, win, win. Right? Like spam, 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 eggs and spam. Right? Is anybody a Mighty Python fan? Yeah. All right, so all right, few more before we wrap this up. Oh, Mike Young. Okay. My partner is wearing his radio strap sitting next to me wearing mine. How cool is that? How cool is it that we can make things like that? I you just, somebody not in leathercraft thinks, wow, that is a magnificently beautiful. You can make that. And I almost feel like I can never say this enough or loud enough that if I can do this, anybody can do this and do it well. You just got to jump in and give it a try. And 99.9% of the people that step into leathercraft love the outcome of their first project. And I think most of them are actually surprised at what they're able to do with virtually no skill and very few tools. That's leathercraft. We don't need much to get rolling. We don't need big equipment or space or big fans or electrical. We can work on our kitchen table and make the most beautiful things. What a great craft and what great people. Need I say more, right? Need I say more? Um, um, let's see, Gary and Janice Norman. Y'all, thank you for being with us. Um, let's see, I've been using your regular veg tan leather while learning. What is it that makes Herman Oak leather so different when it comes to tooling and stamping? It's the tannage. And I can't I've been to one tannery, so I can't really give you all the Pacifics, really, really, all the specifics. And I wish I could. I'm gonna hit Herman Oak one day. I just need to get to St. Louis. They've been offering me a tour, but it's simply the quality of the tannage. Um, when we wet it, it remains firm. When it dries out, when we're casing it, you'll notice that when you stamp it, it's a very crisp, very clean stamp. Where some of the other leathers, I wouldn't say cheap leathers by any means because they're quality leathers. It's just a little bit different tannage. So when you stamp it, the stamp is a little bit mushy. But as you stamp, that stamp tends to kind of back out a little bit. Where the Herman Oak and the Shaheen, absolutely not. I can't go into great specifics on the differences in the tannage itself, but I can just tell you, give it a try and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll be surprised at what those two leathers will do for you. So let's see. Okay, not for today. Thank you for jumping in on that one. Absolutely. And anybody that jumps in with a good comment, thank you. Absolutely. I can't hit all of them. And I am not the leather expert by any means. When we first started doing this, we were said, oh, ask the expert. Nah, I'm not the expert. I'm not the expert. Um, but y'all, anybody that puts in a good trick, tip, answer to a question, bless your heart. It means more than you know. You're answering a question, but how many people may see that and get some information from it? So who knows how far that tree will grow, right? But the point is, look at these great comments, great answers, y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending this time. It's already 4 o'clock. I can't believe how fast that 10 minutes went by. Why doesn't work go by that fast? I just don't understand it. But y'all, I hope it's been worth your time today. I've had a great time. And maybe if I can stop talking and yeah, I can answer more of these comments, but I can just out of the corner of my eye just see them flying by. But here's a good point. You can always contact me through Weaver website. Emails on the website. And also, we've got the same email, that supply info at weaverleather.com. Feel free to email me. Absolutely. But y'all, that's it for this week. We'll get back together in 2 weeks. We'll have a great giveaway. Tammy, yeah, congratulations on that. Y'all, it's been an absolute pleasure to spend this time with you. Look forward to doing it again. I hope it's worth your time. So, all right. Hope you got something good on your work table. Have a good evening, good rest of your week. Have a good weekend. We got to work this in, right? Good luck with your projects. All right. So, love spending every minute with y'all. Absolutely. Hope y'all have a good evening. Thanks for being here, and I'll look forward to 2 weeks. So, bye, y'all.